My parents sold me the lake house to fund my sister's college. Now she's getting married and demanding to spend her honeymoon there. I said no. Now I'm the bad guy. She's not speaking to me, and I've been uninvited from the wedding. My house used to belong to my parents. It had been a family vacation home of sorts. Every couple of years, when my grandparents were still alive, they'd invite us kids up there for a week. Around 5 years ago, my sister got accepted to her dream college. Won't say which, but it's a big one. Everyone was excited and proud of her, me too. But a week after that, my parents called asking if I'd found a house yet. I was looking for one, and my family knew it. I've been saving up since I started my first job at 20. I said no, so my dad suggested I buy the lake house from them. I asked why they wanted to sell it. Turns out sis didn't have any savings for college and didn't get some scholarship like she'd planned. And our parents couldn't afford to pay for everything either. I asked why she didn't get student loans, and they said they didn't want her ruining her credit. So their solution was to sell the lake house and use the money from that to finance her college. I had lots of good memories from the lake house, so eventually I agreed. I work via computer, so after getting a good internet connection out there, I moved right in and been there since. My girlfriend moved in permanently last year, and it's been pretty blissful. My sister and her college boyfriend got engaged. Parents agreed to pay for her wedding. She plans to have it in December. I even agreed to be in the bridal party. Issues came up recently when my sis asked where I was going to stay for the 2 weeks after her wedding. Puzzled, I answered my house. She got a sour look and said that wouldn't work. Her and fiancé would be there, and they wanted private time. I asked why they'd be at my house, and she said that's where they were having their honeymoon. 2 weeks alone at a lake house. I said that was news to me. She insisted our parents said it was fine, but I said it wasn't their place to make decisions about my house. After arguing, she called our parents who said I was being unreasonable. I said I didn't want my sister and her fiancé christening their new union by effing in my house. They said I was being gross and selfish. I said no again, so sis threatened to remove me from the bridal party. I just shrugged and said okay. She starts crying, saying she already couldn't have her dream wedding like she wanted, and now I was trying to ruin her honeymoon too. I told her to rent a hotel room like every other newlywed couple, and then I hung up. She's not speaking to me, and I'm uninvited to the wedding. Our parents keep calling me and saying I should do this for her since her wedding is only 1/3 of what she wanted it to be. But I'm not comfortable with them staying unsupervised at my house. They're making me feel like a monster for saying no. Best comments. It's your home, so your parents have absolutely no say whatsoever who can and can't stay there without consulting the person who owns the property. They sold it to you, so it is no longer the family holiday/lake house. It's your house. They don't get to take the money from the sale and still dictate who can and can't use it. That's not how selling a house works. Hope you should change the locks and get a security camera or two, if not already done so. People entitled enough to think like the parents and sister would likely have no problem turning up unannounced and making themselves at home. It is their family lake house, after all. It's almost as if asking Opie to buy their house was their way of tricking Opie into paying for the sister tuition. Meanwhile, as far as they are concerned, they still own the house. It's weird that your parents would help your sister plan a honeymoon to your house without asking you. Has there been an apology for that, along with berating you? No, I get the feeling they still view the house as theirs since they owned it for so long. But it's not a family vacation home anymore. It's my house. Honestly, it's gross. It's your house, not a hotel. No one can force you to do this. Also, they would probably use the master bedroom for their activities. I have a sister, and the idea of my sister having sex on my bed is so disturbing that I would probably burn my bed after they did the deed. Yeah, that's gross. I mean, technically I have more than enough room to host them, but I don't enjoy knowing my sister is having sex in my house. She said I was gross to bring that up, but the whole purpose of a honeymoon is to give the couple time to be intimate. Update number 1, 5 days later. Well, I learned something new today. I spoke to my sister like a few people suggested and asked her if she knew the lake house was legally my house. As in, I bought it years ago. She was not in fact aware of this. She was under the impression from our parents that they were letting me live there rent-free. I corrected her and even showed her proof that they sold the house to me. And when she asked why they sold it, I was honest and said it was to pay for her college tuition/lifestyle. She became quiet after that, and we soon hung up. No idea what's going to happen now. Update number 2. Shit went down after my original post, and I couldn't find time to make any new edits before I received judgment. Not everything is resolved here. My sister did confront our parents about them selling the house. They tried playing dumb, asking her what she meant, but went quiet after she told them she knew they did and texted them the picture I sent her of the contract I signed when buying the lake house, proving I owned the place. Sister was furious and said they lied to her about who owned the house and let her look like a lunatic. They went in circles, saying they definitely told her about it, but she must have forgotten since she was so focused on her first year of college. But my sister's adamant that she wouldn't forget about something as big as them selling a whole house. Sister called me back the next day and asked if we could talk. She said she felt like she didn't know what was the truth anymore. Didn't blame her. So we sat and talked for what felt like hours. We hadn't talked that long since we were kids. It was sort of nice at some parts, but it was also upsetting in more parts because it shed some nasty light on a lot of stuff from our childhoods. She asked how much they sold the house for. I told her close to $100K, and she said that didn't add up. According to her, all 4 years of her tuition cost just under $50K. She revealed that she had to get a job and rent an apartment with a friend to be able to afford living by her school, which shocked me, and I told her how our parents told me they paid for everything for her: books, groceries, her apartment, etc. That means there's about $50,000 from a sale of the house that's currently unaccounted for. She did apologize for being rude to me the other day. She said she hadn't known about me owning my house and wouldn't have acted that way if she'd known I actually bought it. Our parents made it seem like they were just letting me live there for free out of the kindness of their hearts. And she felt jealous that I got to live rent-free in a vacation home while she was busting her ass to make a name for herself in her field after 4 years of college on top of having a crappy minimum wage job. She felt bitter because she felt like I always ruined things for her. I asked her what she meant by that, and it turns out her parents were blaming me for stuff behind my back to my sister for practically our entire lives. Like the time they pulled her out of ballet class when she was 7. They told her it was supposedly because they had to pay for my glasses and couldn't afford the classes on top of that. Or when they wouldn't pay for her to join Girl Scouts with her friends, they said it was because I needed braces and that was more important than Girl Scouts. But I told her that Dad's insurance had paid for both of those. So it sounds like they just didn't want to pay for her classes/Girl Scouts and decided I was a nice, clueless patsy to use so their precious baby girl wouldn't hate them. I've got no contact with parents. Not sure if sis is as well. I sent them one text saying after this, I don't think I can stomach speaking to them for a very long time, if ever again. And if they have any respect for me, they'll not try to contact me. Then I blocked their number and also blocked them on everything I could think of. There's so much more, but I don't want this comment to get too long. Any questions you guys have, I'll try my best to answer them. But things are still happening. Best comments. OP explains why he won't let his sister stay at his house, as they both know the truth now, as a wedding gift or a good gesture. I wouldn't have let her stay unsupervised. There's a reason, at my house for any amount of time anyways. I would have considered letting her visit while I was still there. But no, there's no way I'd have let her use my house while I'm away. What happened? Did she did something to you? Up until I moved out of our parents' house, my sister was constantly stealing my things. It started when we were kids, toys, and continued into middle school, video games, and then into high school, electronics. I couldn't keep anything to myself if she wanted it. It would go missing soon after she saw it. Our parents never did anything about it. Siblings should always share. And like I know we're both older and there's a chance she grew out her theft phase, but I still don't want her in my house unsupervised. Years of having my things stolen doesn't disappear because I'm living on my own. Did you talk about this when you had the big talk with her about your house and parents? I did actually. She seemed really uncomfortable with the topic of her theft, but I told her I felt like I deserved to know why she did that to me over and over when we lived together. She eventually broke down and admitted that at first it was because of her being mad at me for ruining things for her. So, she wanted to upset me like she'd been upset. But then she said our parents didn't really punish her, They didn't care and acted like it didn't matter. So she just kept taking my stuff. I told her that regardless of her reasons for taking my stuff, the theft was a major reason why I didn't want her in my house without me or my girlfriend there. She said if it helps at all, she doesn't steal anymore. Not since her second year of college. She told me she got a taste of her own medicine, but wouldn't specify how. Whatever it was, I think it embarrassed her. I'm really curious what happened, but we're still trying to get to know each other again, so I don't want to pry and come off as nosy.